I've always said the end of the world comes as a message, could not connect to server. This is the reason that I own gold and cryptos. Cryptos, if there's a cyber attack, these could be inaccessible. So you want both gold and cryptos.
At goldsilver.com, we have a price match guarantee, free shipping, and global storage options. Thanks for making goldsilver.com your bullion dealer.
Hi. Last week I ran across this article, When Someone Dismisses NATO Expansionism. And it's written by somebody called Spaceworm, and that sort of makes people think, oh, this is a conspiracy theorist nutcase. Well, the article was very well written. My compliments, Spaceworm. It also contained this clip from Oliver Stone's Ukraine on Fire, which I didn't know about. I'm going to try to watch this tonight. But it's a 2016 movie, the year after I did my video on NATO's expansion toward Russia. But Vladimir Putin has been warning about this for decades, as you're going to see in a minute. Anyway, in there's a link to the U.S. is culpable in today's Ukraine crisis, and this is very worth reading. Now, it seems to be very balanced to me. I'm not sure. I'm still going deeper and trying to investigate all of this to see what side is giving the most spin to this and how we're all being manipulated. And so I recommend reading this article. It's good. But like I said, Putin has been warning us for decades. And this is why do we react so vehemently to NATO's expansion? This is just right in the middle of this clip from Ukraine on Fire. Here is the IMDb post on Ukraine on Fire. And this trailer is also very worth watching. Now, Amazon, I'm going to watch this tonight, I believe. Ukraine on Fire, and then in 2019, there was an update. And so both of those, I've got an employee that is from Russia, and he married somebody from the Ukraine and moved to the Ukraine when he was young, and it was in the USSR back then. So he moved from the Russian territory of the USSR to the Ukrainian territory of the USSR. So he speaks Russian and Ukraine. He doesn't speak a word of English, so I can't talk with him. But my ranch manager speaks Bulgarian, Spanish, English, and a little bit of Russian. And so when this employee speaks a sentence with a whole bunch of Spanish and Russian words in a single sentence, my ranch manager understands it. Anyway, I was asking him about it, and he is just torn apart by this war. His children and his grandchildren support the Ukrainian position on this because they're Ukrainian. But so is my Russian/Ukrainian employee, and he is just he understands both sides and a bunch of the nuances that are behind this, and it just tears him apart. I really feel for him. I did this 5 years ago or more. I did this, the map that shows why Russia feels surrounded, in a presentation. That was back in 2015, actually, that I did that presentation. And then Poking the Russian Bear was something that we just did. And Adam Taggart had brought up this clip of Biden admitting in 1997 that NATO expansion would cause Russian hostile reaction. Current U.S. President Joe Biden admitted in a 1997 talk that at the Atlantic Council that eastward NATO expansion into the Baltic states, now we're not talking about the Ukraine, the Baltic states, would cause a vigorous and hostile reaction by Russia. And it does. Vladimir Putin keeps on warning about this, that we have to stop. And so here is a clip of that speech. It's very interesting. They have all been deleted from YouTube. You can't see it on YouTube. You have to go. There are some that still exist on Twitter and LinkedIn and so on. So that is worth listening to, because what did we do? That was 1997. That Biden is telling us we shouldn't expand into the Baltic states. Well, this is 1949 when NATO was originated, and you can see the USSR, which included the Ukraine and the Baltic states, and I've misplaced Moscow a little bit. It's actually right about up there. And you see the Eastern Bloc countries, the Warsaw Pact, and how far away NATO was. Well, in 2004, we admitted Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, and so this keeps on creeping closer and closer and closer, and we have courted the Ukraine, and this is where Putin has put his foot down. And so the roots of this war, he didn't just like go crazy yesterday and invade the Ukraine. This has been brewing for decades now. Now there's a bunch of other stuff happening. The White House warns of possible Russian cyber attack linked to Ukraine invasion. Now, what's interesting about cyber attacks is it's very hard to prove who did it. So this could come from anywhere, but the White House is warning of it now. And here's another one. Biden warns Russian cyber attacks coming. So I would bet that this is coming. I think this is a fairly high probability event. We all need to get ready for it. White House warns companies of growing cyber attack risk. White House warns private companies to strengthen cybersecurity in case of a Russian cyber attack. White House warns companies to encrypt data in case of Russian cyber attack. And then here's the White House press releases, the fact sheet and Act Now to Protect Against Potential Cyber Attacks, and a statement by President Biden on our nation's cybersecurity. Now, this is the reason that I own gold and cryptos. Cryptos, if there's a cyber attack, these could be inaccessible. So you want both gold and cryptos. They are allies in freedom and your personal freedom. And so I own gold because it's physical. It's not virtual. It's not on the internet. It's physical. So when you talk about cyber attacks, there was a cyber attack that sort of I missed called Not Pataya, Not Patia, Not Patea. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. But further down in this article, it says that the damage, one of these was global transport and logistics giant Maersk, where NotPetya destroyed all end-user devices, including 49,000 laptops. All of our 1,200 applications were inaccessible, and approximately 1,000 of them were destroyed. Data was preserved on the backups, but the applications themselves could not be restored from those, as they would have been immediately reinfected. And then around 3,500 of our 6,200 servers were destroyed. Now, I want to remind everybody, servers are the internet. The internet is just millions, if not billions, of servers connected through big switching hubs from Cisco and these big companies like that. And so this has the potential to cause big internet disruptions, and at that point you won't be able to get to your cryptos. So it's good. The crypto people out there should have gold and silver. The gold and silver only people should have crypto. It's more portable. There are cases to be made for both. And so, I've had discussions with people, and they'll bring up the end of the world, and I've always said the end of the world comes as a message, could not connect to server. Lastly, I've asked people if they know anybody from Russia or anybody that speaks Russian that may have relatives that they know that are from Russia. Send them a link to the Pale Blue Dot, and we found one that is already translated into Russian, and it has some great images in it. So please forward this to anybody that you can that speaks Russian, especially if you know of a Russian politician. We are getting too close to the potential for World War III. This is very, very dangerous. I don't know about you, but I like being alive. I want to thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.